The College Democrats also use the web to their advantage. The Dems just finished designing their own blog to boost campus involvement in politics.
It's going to be a medium for people to, exchange ideas and opinions about certain candidates. Maybe, people will change their mind who they're going to vote for.
Paisha hopes the blog will spark political interest among a wide variety of students.
Even reaching beyond the College Democrat community, we could get people involved in an online conversation. You don't even have to leave your dorm room to go online and check out what people are talking about.
So whether it be student blogs or online debate,
so my question is,
digital politics are giving voters a chance to stay tuned and stay informed. From Northwestern University, this is Robin Johnson for OSTN News.
The cost of higher education has almost doubled in the last 10 years, and students are taking out more and more private loan money to pay for school. The high and uncapped interest rates on these loans have financial aid officials worried. University of Montana's Amanda Harris reports on how paying off student loans can keep successful grads from pursuing their dreams.
Caitlin Sloan is battling a cold and bad weather to work on a story about the Iraq War resolution in Montana. But reporting isn't her full-time job.
I have gotten a job at a local call center here, and basically I just take phone calls from all over the country and do customer service.
Sloan graduated from UN last spring with bachelor's degrees in journalism and political science. And she has $60,000 in student loan debt.
Well, my loan situation is kind of grim, and it's really one of the biggest reason that I'm not really working in broadcasting right now.
UM's financial aid office says the average student graduates college with about $20,000 in debt, but a growing number of students are coming out with much more in private loans.
But it really runs the gamut. I mean, I've talked to people with as little as $3,500 as. Talked to someone yesterday who had $85,000, so it's a pretty broad range.
Private loans should be absolutely the last resort for students to seek in attending higher education.
Sloan agrees that students should think carefully about taking out private loans, but she says she doesn't regret her decisions.
And I'll probably be able to pay them off, sooner or later, but sometimes I wonder if I can pay them off and buy a house at the same time.
While Sloan still hopes to pursue a career in the media, now she's just glad she can keep writing those checks. From the University of Montana, this is Amanda Harris for OSTN News.
Financial aid officials say students should steer clear of loans with high or uncapped interest rates. They warn borrowers to read carefully through the fine print and not to borrow more than absolutely necessary.
Would you like to see this strip from a student perspective? UNLV's journalism students share the excitement of Las Vegas with Redcast, an online news and information site. Jennifer Smith takes us behind the scenes.
We have an inside look at Las Vegas' most outrageous home.
In the spring of 2006, UNLV journalism students began experimenting with audio podcasts.
Or maybe it's the next step in Google taking over the world.
The short, often irreverent pods quickly gained a loyal local following. Senior Sean Scotty continues to be the driving force behind Redcast. Scotty says the early response to Redcast convinced him that they needed to
build an audience bigger than our own campus and university.
A new treatment in robotics technology.
Video podcasts on topics from the environment to entertainment are now regular features of the site.
At this point, we'd rather have more people hear about us and watch the videos than actually have to visit our website.
If you have iTunes, you can watch Redcast.
It's about on demand, making it easy for people to get access to our content.
Tech guru Sean Scotty moved outside his comfort zone and in front of the camera this semester, with some gentle prodding from the classmates, of course.
It was a step that was comfortable for me because I was able to focus on technology. Increased
support for Redcast is just around the corner. In 2008, the School of Journalism and Media Studies will move into a brand new high-definition radio and television facility. Scotty says the new building will provide opportunities for new students.
A place that connects UNLV students, basically a YouTube for UNLV, to where people could generate their own videos and post them on there, and it would develop a community. What about the other 30,000 people that attend UNLV? What's going on in their lives? What are they interested in?
Brian Dukey, Melissa Torres, and Sean Scotty, along with some talented Redcast TV crew, make this online podcast a sight to see. So check out Redcast.com. Leave us your feedback. We want to hear what you think. UNLV For OSTN News.
It's time for the OSTN News Campus Countdown.
Here's a quick look at some of the biggest headlines making noise on campuses around the world.
Hearts across America are in mourning. Beloved Australian actor Heath Ledger was found dead Tuesday afternoon in his rented Manhattan apartment. Ledger's housekeeper and personal masseuse found the 28-year-old Oscar nominee naked and face down near a bottle of prescription sleeping pills. The rising actor had complained of his inability to sleep. A November 2007 New York Times article quotes Ledger saying a double dose of Ambien, a prescription sleep aid, only yielded him an hour of shut-eye. Authorities do not expect foul play, and there was no indication of suicide. The autopsy Wednesday proved inconclusive, and further testing would be needed to decide the cause of death. Ledger will appear as the Joker in the upcoming Batman sequel, The Dark Knight, which was filmed last year.
New York City is taking a different approach to healthy lifestyles. The city health department passed a regulation mandating fast food chains post calorie counts directly on their menus. The hope is to use shock value to encourage New Yorkers to make healthier food choices when dining out. Many companies already post calorie information on their websites and in media guides, but the new guideline would put the count right next to the price. The regulation is scheduled to take effect this March.
If you've been rocking your Guitar Hero skills hardcore, you're not alone. The Guitar Hero franchise hit $1 billion in North America, selling 14 million games. Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock, became the best-selling game in a single year in 2007. The company says more than 500 million additional songs have been downloaded in the 14 weeks since its release. Parent company Activision says this demonstrates the significance of entertainment games as a mass medium.
Mexico City women have often complained of the harassment they face on public transportation, but now one of the largest cities in the world is taking the initiative to curb the abuse. Mexico City is starting a women's-only bus service on 2 of the city's busiest routes. Authorities hope to protect women from the vocal and sometimes physical harassment they experience on public transport. Riders complain that some men take advantage of the overcrowded buses by placing their hands in inappropriate places. The city plans to add another 15 buses by this April.
One little kitty might be missing some of her 9 lives after she traveled some 1,300 miles. Gracie May snuck into her owner's suitcase, got x-rayed at the airport, flew from Palm Beach, Florida to Fort Worth, Texas, and got picked up by a stranger mistakenly. Traveler Rob Carter found the adventurous and curious kitty when he went to unpack his suitcase. Carter barely noticed the suitcase was not his when out popped Gracie May. The kitty is back home in Florida where she is counting her remaining lucky lives. We've got your arts and entertainment news coming up next,
including your Hollywood Minute, so stick around. Our arts and entertainment reporter, Rachel Porter, has the latest scoop.
Let's check in with her at AJ Rocco's Cafe in downtown Cleveland.
Thanks, guys. For many students, being their own television show is a dream come true. The University of Colorado Boulder's Sarah Rhodes shows us how for some CU students, this dream is coming true.
At first glance, college TV looks like your average television sitcom.
It's just it's a sitcom about college life. So kind of the normal trials and tribulations that you go through trying to pass your classes and keep a girlfriend and all those kinds of things. So.
But in reality, it's very different. For one thing, College TV is an online web series, and the show was shot entirely on location here at CU, and at off-campus locations on the Hill, and even in the mountains in Boulder Canyon. Even here at the home of CU senior Jason Griffith, who plays one of the main characters.
Well, I play Marty G, and Marty G is this sort of crazy film guy. He's got a trust fund from his family, so he doesn't have to worry about like going to work or he doesn't really care about grades that much. So as a result, he's got all this free time to just kind of be the zany sidekick to some of the other characters.
In addition to Griffith, CU students Ben Whitehair and Lauren Yormack play major roles, and 2 other CU students play supporting roles. Their involvement with College TV goes beyond just acting. Griffith and Whitehair are also assistant producers. Not only does the show star college students, but the target audience is college students as well. The producers say they chose the internet because it's the medium of the future.
Yes, because that's where college kids are. You know, we spend more time sitting in front of our computers than we do in front of the TV. So